I was standing in my parents' kitchen when the sentence landed. My mother didn't whisper it. She said it the way people announce weather, inevitable, unchangeable. My father nodded, like punctuation, final. I remember the hum of the refrigerator, the smell of burnt coffee, the quiet inside me going surgical. Good to know, I said. They thought it was sulking. They didn't hear the click, the moment something locked into place. I used to believe in family hierarchy the way you believe in gravity. You don't question it, you just live with the weight. I was the dependable one, the one who paid on time, showed up early, covered gaps without being asked. My sister had chaos, kids, debt, drama. They called it need. I called it a pattern. We were close once. Sunday dinners, shared jokes, my mother's hand on my shoulder like an anchor, my father's pride, quiet but present. I believed proximity meant priority. I believed love was evenly distributed. That belief aged badly. The first sign wasn't the sentence, it was the way requests became assumptions, the way my name appeared next to numbers I hadn't agreed to. "You don't mind, right?" became, "We already told them you would." When I hesitated, my mother's smile thinned. When I pushed back, my father's silence sharpened. I started noticing how often I was the solution and never the celebration. Then came the night I overheard it. I wasn't meant to. My sister on speakerphone, laughing, my mother's voice soft, conspiratorial. "Don't worry about it. If things get tight, we'll have them help. They don't have a family. They'll understand." I stood in the hallway holding a coat I didn't put on. I understood everything. I didn't confront them. I went quiet, still, watchful. People mistake silence for surrender. I let them. I separated my life the way you separate clean glass from broken. New accounts, new plans. I stopped sharing details. I updated beneficiaries. I learned what my money could do when it wasn't busy apologizing for existing. They noticed, eventually. My mother asked why I seemed distant. I said, work. My father asked if I was saving for something. I said, myself. They laughed. It made it easier. The emergency came on a Thursday. It always does. My sister's husband, a medical crisis with a price tag that made everyone pale. Insurance gaps, time-sensitive decisions, the word family thrown like a rope. My phone lit up in layers, missed calls, messages with urgency sharpened into expectation. "We need you. You're the only one who can. You know we'd do it for you." That last one almost made me smile. I drove to my parents' house anyway, not to help, to witness. They were already rehearsed, my mother crying, strategically, my father stern, prepared to be reasonable, my sister hollow-eyed, not looking at me until the moment mattered. They didn't ask if I could help, they asked how fast. I let the silence stretch, I let the refrigerator hum again. "Before we talk numbers," I said, "I want clarity." My mother wiped her eyes. "Of course. You said your priority was my sister's family, that I come last." My father shifted. "That's not—" "You agreed," I said, calm. "I remember." They waited for the part where I caved. "I built my life around that information," I continued. "Separate money, separate plans. I put myself first, like you taught me." My sister finally looked up. Panic flickered. "What does that mean?" "It means I'm not paying." The room froze. Not dramatic, worse, incomplete, like a sentence cut off mid-word. My mother's voice went sharp. "How can you do this to us?" I met her eyes. "You already did it. I just listened." They tried everything. Guilt, anger, history. My father invoked everything he'd ever done for me. I thanked him for it. That made him angrier. My sister cried harder. I noticed how none of them asked how I felt. They asked what I would lose them. "I won't," I said. "I already lost you, years ago. You just forgot to tell me." I stood up. My hands didn't shake. At the door, I turned back once. "This isn't revenge," I said. "It's alignment." Then I left them in the echo of their own words. They found another way: loans, fundraisers, extended family suddenly rediscovered generosity. The crisis passed, barely. The aftermath was quieter. No apologies, just distance wearing the costume of dignity. Invitations stopped, calls thinned. I became a cautionary tale, ungrateful, cold, selfish. I slept better than I had in years. Now when I think about that kitchen, I don't feel anger, I feel precision. I learned the cost of loyalty without reciprocity. I learned the power of listening when people tell you where you stand. They expected me to save them because I always had. This time, I saved myself, and they're still frozen in that moment, waiting for me to come back, to soften.